thanks to all of you, my YouTube channel has hit an exciting milestone: 5,000 subscribers and a whopping 153,500 views in just the last 90 days. I'm genuinely surprised and really grateful to everyone who watches my videos. I mean, your viewership means the world to me, and I want you to know how much I appreciate it. So thank you. So to celebrate this achievement, last week I asked you to send me your most burning questions so I could answer them in a special Q&A video. So today, I'll be answering the most common questions I received, which are: how to write copywriting samples, where to find your first client, what's the best way to write cold emails, when are you going to open the doors to Copy Academy, and how to use storytelling in copywriting. So the first question comes from Manor7531, and he asks, how do you write copywriting samples? Let me say that copywriting samples is truly your best sales tool, and that's because clients want to see samples of your work. But the good news is you don't need clients to create writing samples. So here's what I'd do. The first step is I would pick a niche that you want to write about. It should be something that you're already passionate about, knowledgeable about, or have experience in. Once you've chosen that niche, you want to choose a product or service that you like or that you're familiar with. I often recommend people, look around their own houses for products that they've purchased in the past. They bought those for a reason because they like them, and they use those products so they understand them. So often the products we own in our own homes can be a good indicator of the products you could write for. I mean, I like indoor plants, so I could write about indoor plants, or I like copywriting books, so I could write about copywriting books. It's quite easy to choose a niche by looking around you and seeing what you already own and what you already consume. The next step is to write your copywriting sample. Now, that could be any type of copy, whether it's emails, a sales page, a product description, website content. You want to choose what type of copy that you're going to write for that particular niche and about a product or service that maybe you already own, or something that you have seen online and you like. So choose the type of copy you're going to write. And then I recommend creating 3 to 5 example pieces, writing samples of maybe different products you like or different services you like or ones that you've tried, and then just write 3 to 5 examples around products or services in one particular industry. That's my best advice, because then when you approach clients in that industry, you get to show them, relevant portfolio examples relevant to their niche, because clients always will ask, have you written for my niche? Do you have experience in writing for my niche? If you can show them with real life examples, that's far more impressive than hundreds of random examples of a poem you wrote in high school, or, something you got into the local newspaper, a little snippet of, story or something. It's better to have relevant 3 to 5 examples for a particular niche. And once you've created them, how do you share them? I mean, the easiest way is to upload them to Google Drive and then have a shareable link to that folder in Google Drive, so you can send them, as that link in emails to potential clients who want to see your examples. That's the easiest way to create your own copywriting portfolio and to create relevant writing samples.
Nice.
Question number 2 comes from the same person, from Manor7531, who asks where to find your first client. There are literally millions of businesses in the world that could benefit from copywriting, and there are countless strategies that you could use to get clients. I mean, I have a full video called How to Get Your First $1,000 Copywriting Client that shares 10 strategies that I've personally used. Link in the description if you want to check that out after this video. But the one I would recommend for beginners is actually to reach out to people that you already know in your existing network, which means literally picking up your phone and looking in your phone contacts and ask yourself, who do you know who could potentially hire you or knows other people that they could recommend you to? Then you can reach out and tell them that you're starting a freelance copywriting business and that you will work for free in exchange for a testimonial and for referrals. Now, you might think, well, I don't want to write for free. I want to write to make money, and absolutely you should. But if you're just getting started, you lack the experience that clients want to pay for, right? You've got no proof that you can actually do this. You may have written some portfolio examples, but we need more experiences before we can actually charge money. So I recommend writing for free the first couple of times because it's a great way of getting your foot in the door, gaining valuable experience and a portfolio example, as well as potentially a testimonial and even referrals. I mean, when I wrote for free the first couple of times, those actually turned into paid writing gigs later down the line where they liked what I wrote and they came back and said, well, now we want to hire you and pay you to write other things as well. So writing for free is actually great. It benefits you, it benefits the client. There's no risk to them if what you write isn't any good. But if it is good, if you are as good as you say you are, then they will often hire you again further down the road. So don't knock until you try it, writing for free. It's a great strategy that I still recommend today, especially if you're a beginner just getting started. Question number 3 comes from Abed Inamoy 2326, who asks, what's the best way to write cold emails? So cold emails are still an effective strategy if you know how to do it right. And I have a whole video where I compare good and bad cold emails that I've received. I received so many. Link in the description if you want to watch that full video after this one. As I mentioned, I get cold emails every single day. Most are terrible.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And the ones I respond to follow these tips. You want to include the first name in the subject line. Even hey first name works really well at getting people to open it. The opening sentence should also be a personalized compliment that shows that you've done your research and that this isn't some generic email, like a personalized compliment about them. You then want to briefly introduce yourself and explain how you can help them, right? What are you offering? Tell them. You want to mention any results you have achieved for other clients as well. If you have had other clients, if you haven't, well then simply don't mention it. I also recommend using a soft close, like would you like me to send some portfolio examples, and not a hard close or a too forward close where you say, hey, let's jump on a call tomorrow. It's too soon to be telling people to jump on a call when you've just sent them the first email and they don't know you. So it's much better when you're closing in your cold email to say something like, does that sound interesting to you? If so, let me know. We'd love to hear from you. That's much better. Or would you like me to share some of my portfolio examples? That's also a great thing to offer. They can simply say yes to. It's an easy, simple yes, as opposed to like a big ask, which is, hey, let's jump on the phone or let's jump on a Zoom call when they don't know you. Why would they do that right away? So end your cold emails with a soft close, which they can say yes to easily, as opposed to a more difficult ask like jump on the phone with me. Question number 4 comes from Abdul, who asks, so impatient to join Copy Academy. When are you going to start it? Well, my answer is soon. So you can join the wait list by visiting startcopywriting.com/Copy Academy. So you'll be the first to know when we do open the doors again. Right now, it's closed. Now, in case you're unaware, Copy Academy is my members-only community where you can share your work with me and other copywriters to get valuable feedback and also support. Moving on to question number 5, and that comes from Khadija, who asks, can we do good copywriting without storytelling? Great question. So storytelling is a powerful tool in copywriting. That's because stories make words come alive, but you don't have to use stories every single time in your copy. Not every piece of copy I write has a story in it. However, a reliable storytelling formula you can use is the before, during, and after storytelling formula. So this can be used in lots of different ways. Some of the best testimonials or case studies follow the before, during, and after storytelling formula. So how does it work? Before is all of the problems they were experiencing before they discovered the solution, and that solution is the product or service that they used. And then finally, the after is what is their life like after they've used the solution, the product or service. So let me try and give you an example. Let's say I'm the testimonial giver and I'm talking about a course that I used to become more confident on camera, just like so I could make videos like this, right? So in the before, I might say something like, before joining the course, I was terrified and scared of being on camera. I've always been afraid of public speaking. I would freeze up before I had to give a presentation at work or even in university. I was always terrified to speak in public, and I felt that same fear every time I turned on my camera ready to record a video, and so I would just never record the video. So that's the before, right? But then I discovered John's Confidence on Camera online course, and I enrolled enrolled in that course, and John was such a great teacher about how to build confidence on camera, and I learned all of these techniques for just calming my nerves before hitting the record button. And I've used his techniques so many times to really just bring about my confidence so I could speak naturally on camera and deliver my message with confidence. So that's the during, right? What happened when I consumed the product. And then the after is, and now I'm able to make so many videos that I'm so proud of and present my ideas confidently on camera. It's made a huge difference in my life. In fact, my last video helped me make $100,000, and I get such great feedback from my audience as well, who say that I'm really confident on camera. So what I've just taken you through is the before. I was terrified, I was afraid, I was fearful. The during is I discovered the product, the solution, and I loved it for all of these reasons. And then the after is, what am I able to do now? What's possible now that I've gone through the course? What can I do now that I couldn't do before? So we've got the before, the during, and the after. Now, not only is that great for testimonials, and you want to look for testimonials that have that kind of story arc, that have that transformational experience in them, as opposed to boring testimonials like, it was really good, which don't actually tell you anything at all. So you want to find testimonials that have that story arc, and then use them in your copy. You can also use that formula for writing your own client's founder story, right? So when people are checking out a product online, they'll read the about page. You can interview your client to get that information out of them and then create a similar story arc about the client's business or the client that you're writing for. Often that's the founder story, their own transformational story. And then the after is, not only do they living a great life and they've received all these benefits, now they've gone on to create a product that helps other people do the same. So it's a great storytelling formula that you can use in the copy you write. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. Thank you again for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this video or liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.